Hello there. Welcome to my thought for the day. It's the beginning of another week. I wonder what this week will bring for you and for me. I hope it'll bring blessing and challenge. Do you know, this story that we've been looking at yesterday in Luke 19:11 to 27 is very rich and well worth a second look today. Jesus told this story. And he may well have told it twice because Matthew's version is different. Matthew's version of it has each of the servants given differing amounts of money to handle while their Lord was away. And this nobleman went into the far country to receive a kingdom, and Jesus was telling this story to those who had witnessed what had gone on with Zacchaeus and how the kingdom of God had come to this man's life and changed him. And there is the question, I suppose, maybe this was partly addressed to Zacchaeus. You know, while I'm here with you, Zacchaeus, you've dealt fairly with everybody and you're going to repay everybody. But what will you do? How will you live when I'm not here? Will the change that's happened in your life continue? Or will you go back to your old ways? Maybe that's part of what Jesus was trying to say to Zacchaeus. It's easy to do the right thing when the King is there, when the Lord is there, when the one who's changed your life is right in front of your eyes. It's easy to do the right thing, isn't it? It's easy to do what you know he would like you to do. But it's not so easy to do it when he's not there. There's lots of places in the New Testament, in the letters of Paul and the other apostles, about how we should live our lives and how we should, in our work place, and this is a story dealing with money and trading and so on. So it's all about how you work, how faithfully you work, whether you work better or differently, shall we say differently, when the boss is around, to how you work when he's not there. Is that true of you? Do you do a more conscientious job when there's somebody watching you, when there's somebody who might walk in at any moment and see how you're doing what you're doing? Or do you do the job right and faithfully, whether somebody's there or not? It's a big question. It's a question I had to face when I was working as a receptionist in a firm in the middle of London when I was a lot younger, before I was ever married. I think, gosh, that's a long time ago. My hours were 9:30 to 5:30, and at any time after 5, because about 5 o'clock was when the bosses went, everyone else went home. But I was there on reception until 5:30 because I was paid to be there till 5:30. There was nobody there. The big difficulty it presented to me was, what do I say to people who ring at 5:20 and want to speak to the boss and he's not there? Am I honest and say to them, I'm sorry, he's gone home already? Or do I say, I'm awfully sorry, he's not available, could you call back tomorrow? But the temptation to do what everyone else did and go home was enormous. And the reason I didn't was because I was a Christian and I believed I had to serve as if the boss was there, right until the time that it was right for me to go home and be faithful in what I did. Very difficult, because everyone thought I was stupid. Why didn't I go home when everyone else went home? Well, why? Because if someone came in at 29 minutes past 5, they would expect someone to be there to take their inquiry down for them and give it to the bosses the next day. I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet, but I'm trying to say that actually in the everyday nitty-gritty of life, we are serving Jesus in everything that we do. And the wonderful thing about the Lord is that he has given us enormous freedom. Here he was telling them, these were people who were following him, who were listening to him, who knew that he was someone very special. And he is telling them I'm going, and I won't be here to supervise you. I won't be here to tell you what to do and how to do it. And how are you going to behave when I'm not here? And he gave them each £1 or a mina, 3 months' worth of wages to trade with while he was away. And I think what's wonderful about this is that he gave them the same amount, but he didn't tell any of them what to do with it. And I think the freedom that he gave these servants was, here it is, it's up to you what you do with it, how you use it. Just use it while I'm away. And we'll have a reckoning when I come back. Use it for me. Invest it. Spend it. Buy and sell with it. Trade with it. Use it. I'm trusting you to do what is right with my money. And I think sometimes, the problem we have is we are waiting and waiting and waiting for a direct instruction from God as to what to do with our lives. But there are a lot of instructions in the scriptures which God has already given to us, and therefore we don't need him to give us neon lights that say, do this, do that, or do the other. We have the instruction, love God with all your heart and love your neighbour as yourself. And we need to invest our time and efforts if we have no direct calling from God or instruction from God to do those very things regardless. He didn't tell these servants how to use what he'd given them. He just gave them and left it up to them to use it. And I think there are some people who really do believe that God has to say exactly what they do with every moment of every day. Otherwise, they sit and do nothing. And if they're like that, beware. That last servant who had just the money and said, well, here it is, you didn't tell me what to do with it. You didn't tell me how to use it. And so I didn't know what to do because you didn't show me what to do with it. Therefore, here it is. He got a ticking off. And what he had was taken away and given to somebody else. This is a serious warning. God has given us freedom, and we should use that freedom to serve him at every opportunity, to love him with all our heart and to love our neighbour as ourselves. God bless you. Have a great day. I don't know if we'll still be in that parable tomorrow. We just might be. It's so important, isn't it? God bless you. Have a great day. Do go and invest your £1. And I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.